I'll start. Okay. 4 years ago, beloved Baba covered his form with the veil of his compassion so that we would be led or driven to seek him in the reality of himself. Instead of clinging to him in the shape of his love, he came that we might see, and he went so that we could know. By his act of dropping his body, he showed that he expected us to seek his reality, and he challenged us to measure up to his expectations. He was a one-night guest of 47 years in the motel of the world, who left in the night while we slept, so that he could accompany each one of us on our journey to his feet. He was a drop of wine on the rim of the cup of our carousing that we desired greatly to taste, but which slipped down into the body of the ruby liquid so that we would not taste, but drink of the whole cup. He was the silence that broke into thousands of melodies and then returned to itself so that we could sing and dance and be happy along the road to his door. He was the original unique one who eternally is, giving each one of us his own unique experience of him, thus proving that the ultimate realization of each will be unique. Man had forgotten the glorious dust road to the feet of the beloved, and were busy constructing bridges between continents of affluence, mediating the mathematics that would enable them to build a stairway to beyond the stars, and challenge the beloved on his very own threshold. And God and the perfect masters knew that it was time for God to put on a body according to the needs of the world, a man body tuned to the vast and delicate sufferings men were to bring upon themselves, so that his grace, when he dispensed it, would flow to the tiniest nerve endings of man's spirit and heal and give them again the first notes of man's eternal song to his Lord. The lover has no existence in himself. The beloved is all in all. It was also the time for him to instruct us again in some of the basic facts of life, that the world of matter is not the solid safety we fondly think it is, but only an appearance, a shadow of reality, that man is both an end and a beginning, a terminus and a setting out, the conqueror of the kingdoms of evolution and a beggar before the court of splendor at the capital of involutionary consciousness. He did not this time say, take no thought of tomorrow. He told us to take care of today, for according to what we do today, so will be tomorrow. And in the succession of todays will come the day of our appointment with him, the divine beloved. He said simply, don't come to me for benefits, for I know the time of everything. The time for you to be sick and healthy, lonely and sought after. Come to me to give me something, a little bit of virtue, a scrap of sin will do, for I am the perfect beggar who accepts with gladness whatever is put into his bowl. And when this beautiful beggar again comes down the road, may we have nothing to offer him, neither sins nor virtues, poverty nor riches, accomplishments nor despair, because we have become the dust that clings to his feet. His give me was his divine condescension, for he lacks nothing. Yet because we are all beggars, begging a little more of everything under the sun, he must also become a beggar. Otherwise, we would not be all things and conditions and people. How often have I sat before him in a surly mood, and he asked me to give him a smile. And what was the smile of mine to the sun that smiles on all planes of consciousness? It was his way of saying, give me your moodiness so that I can smile in you also. What need had the singer of the original word to hear our verses? Yet he would ask to hear them, so that one day his word would break open our cages and we would soar into the boundlessness of his being. He begged from us so that we would beg nothing but his love. And because he did not give him, and because we did not give him what he really wanted us to give him, we were given over to grief when he left us. But grief is a luxury beggars cannot afford. There can be no grief on the dust road, only longing. But there is no longing because we have certainty. But we cannot be certain because everything depends on his whim. But his whim is himself, his own very nature. And in the likeness of that, he has made us selves of himself, as drops in an ocean. All we have to do is stop singing our self-song and sing the song of his name. His departure was his sign to us that it was time to depart from ourselves. His departure in silence was so that we would listen in the stillness of our hearts for his word of words, and the victory would always be his. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Jack, where is that found?
I have no idea.
Are you going to unrecord now?
Yeah, does it have a title? What's it called?
Oh, Notes on Amartithi, 1973.
Oh,
Francis Brabazon.
that is amazing.
Yeah.
That